My name is Brendan Giordano. I'm an MBA graduate. My question is, what do you guys see as the value of an MBA in the game industry? It's predominantly Gamma Sutra, game jobs, etc. All they hire programmers, engine designers, technical skills. Are there more management positions? We see some value for them.
Could everyone hear the question there? Should I? The question was, what is the value of an MBA in the game industry? It doesn't seem like that's not the position that you see advertised for on the kind of game-focused job boards. I know, Robert, you just got your MBA.
Yeah, I did my Kellogg stint and finished in October, so recent graduate. The MBA, I think, is applicable as an industry. It's just, what you're seeing on Gamma Sutra and these kind of places is really, development jobs, specifically at the studio level. And there's just this high kind of turnover, and we need engineers now, and we need artists now, and we've got funding for this project. So you see a lot of that activity. Certainly, there's management at game studios. There's management at publishers. There's all kinds of financial analyst type stuff that goes on at publishers, and I would say at the studio level, artists, programmers, MBA is not going to help them a whole lot, but certainly as you get more senior in any of those publishers, developers, and the game industry is so wide now. I mean, there's all companies doing all kinds of different things. You hear about some of the entrepreneurial efforts that have been going on, and I think MBA is valuable, obviously, in those kinds of ventures. So certainly, if you're just looking for an art job, it's not going to help you kind of managing and envisioning the future very easily.
Two things. Actually, I was asked to announce that you guys are all invited to the MEA happy hour, so you don't have to crash it. And two, my name's Tira Gray. I'm a first year here at Stern. I keep hearing about all this potential growth for video games targeting women specifically, yet it seems like there's nothing really coming to market. It seems the problem is tapping into the psyche of women that are not really socialized to like these games, particularly Grand Theft Auto and so forth. Content-wise, where would you go with that, and how would you tap what would seem like a great market?
Well, casual games today, the audience is around 60% women, and specifically women above 35 years old. So, and like what one would think, there's already a niche, a sector of the gaming world, of the industry, that it's focused very much on women. And I think, that was sort of a huge discovery by the industry a few years ago, and that only sort of confirms that it's definitely possible, and there's a huge and a growing demand from women on gaming. So I think it's going to, that market is growing tremendously. So the participation of women in the market will increase accordingly. And I think all the other sort of sectors of the market will look into that and are definitely looking to see what they can do. We ourselves developed a game last year for twin girls, hired by THQ and based on Nickelodeon property. That it was very surprising to me because we developed it for Christmas of '05 and it's still on the shelves on Christmas of '06. And probably it's not because the game is so awesome, but it's possibly because there's no games for that market. So it's there next to the Barbie game and I don't know what else. And it's still selling very, very well. For some reason, nobody else is doing more games. And we still get mails all the time of people that bought it this Christmas. For the gaming world, a year long of shelf space is quite significant.
What is the average shelf space, would you guys say? I mean, shelf life, excuse me.
A lot of sales will happen in the first quarter, so you see a dramatic tail off after the first 3 months of release.
So about 3 months.
To answer your question, when we started talking to the ad agencies, we presumed incorrectly that what they really wanted to see was a balanced mix, race, gender, see age groups spread out in a neat pattern so that they could go and find the right audience for whatever advertiser it is that they were talking to. In fact, they said, well, what's your current audience? We said, well, so that 99.999% male. They said, great. Because essentially what they're trying to do right now in our space is they're trying to pick up the customers who are now in fact playing more games and watching less TV. So people who have fled MTV, for instance, are a lot of guys. And so the demand on our side is wholly for games that appeal to guys. And we know how to do that because there are a lot of games out there that appeal to guys. Looking forward, it just seems obvious to anyone who's taking a long-term view that that position is going to change because advertisers need to speak with women as much as they speak to men, in fact, more so. I would approach the problem by just simply looking at what is it that women like to do watch on TV, because I always ask myself about TV every time I ask any question. And so there are certain kinds of shows that always work. And you know that it's going to be the crime shows, reality shows, and other kinds of things. So I think that you're just going to see a recreation of entertainment that already works in these new forms that take advantage of the capabilities that you only get from interactive and online.
My name is Dave Katz. I'm going to need to. Someone had mentioned the future YouTube of gaming, which I thought was an interesting concept. With the game level editors and communities sprouting up, do you see a future where users will be contributing their own elements to the game and perhaps even monetizing that with micropayments? So you build a platform, and I come in as a fan, create a level, people download it, and I get paid.
Yes.
Sure. I think I mentioned YouTube of gaming. Certainly, there's been a number of AAA, AA releases where user-created content has been rolled up, and somehow users are compensated for it. Maybe it's just a credit in an annual. I've done a number of games where we had level editors available. We'll roll that up and make a gold edition out of it, but with user-created content. Microsoft's done the same thing. Electronic Arts done something similar. So certainly that exists. Can it be done? Kind of more of a quick turnaround rather than the retail model done digitally? I think that would be pretty cool.